Let's move it on, man.
Call to order the regular meeting for the Clear Heights School Board this Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025 at 6:30 p.m.
Dr. Cox?
Here.
Ms. Kachuba? Here. Ms. Walworth? Here. Ms. Woody?
Here.
Mr. Neese?
Here. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Ms. Kay Martin of the Clear Heights High School SCA President, and then please remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Starting off with announcements. First thing, I have a declaration of personal interest. So pursuant to paragraph B.1 of Virginia State Code section 2.2-3112 and subsection H of Virginia State Code section 2.2-3115, I have a personal interest in the employee bonus on tonight's regular meeting agenda. The personal interest is that my wife is an employee of the City of Clear Heights Public Schools and is one of the employees on the list for bonus. Therefore, she is a member of a group or profession that is affected by the transaction. However, I am able to participate in the transaction fairly, objectively, and in the public interest.
The personal interest is that my wife and son are employees of the City of Clear Heights Public Schools and are two of the employees whose compensation will be impacted by the bonus. Therefore, they are members of a group or profession that are affected by the transaction. However, I am able to participate in the transaction fairly, objectively, and in the public interest.
Any other announcements? We have a motion for the adoption of the agenda. Second?
Second.
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes. Item 7 is delegation, so we'll begin with MAs.
Yes, so we have two seniors of the month. This month, we have our April and our May. And so we're going to start with our video for our April senior of the month, Nia Washington. So we'll see the video.
Our April senior month is Nia Washington. Nia Washington is a science-oriented student that is focused on biology and the environment. However, her time at Clinton Heights has allowed her to enjoy many subjects. She has enjoyed art with Mr. Alderson, who's been very supportive of her. She also loves language learning and on the path to be completely bilingual. Mr. Boyd has fueled her passion in biology, and she really wants to be a marine biologist. She's loved being involved with the Agri Project and working on all kinds of learning to involve gardening tips, geology, and all types of things related to biological fields. But her endeavors don't stop there. Since the 7th grade, she has been a Blue Carbon ambassador, an advocate for ecosystems. She goes to retreats, how she can understand the environment and improving the environment all around us. She even had the privilege and opportunity to give a presentation to the grandson of Jacques Cousteau. She has a blog set up that allows people who have climate anxiety to find peace and security. She is very involved in educating children about environmental concerns and issues. She's created an educational coloring book. She's helped to teach a lesson at North to elementary students on how to better protect and care for all the things in nature that we love so dearly. Beyond being a Blue Carbon ambassador, she is involved in the Joy Club, Beta Club, the Agri Project. She plans to attend Norfolk State in the fall and is interviewing, and hopefully she's already gotten in to the honors program. Please join me in celebrating Nia Washington as our April Senior of the Month.
Hi, I'd like to invite you to come on up, please. Real quick, it'll be painless, I promise. You know, how cool is it that Naya extends herself like she does, you know? We're super proud of you. Congratulations. Okay, we want you to get a picture right here, and then we're gonna invite your family up. Look at Mr. James. He's taking pictures of you right there. Does any of Naya's family want to come up and get a picture with her?
Yes.
Come on, family. Come on. Come on, family. I know y'all are so proud too. Congratulations.
Great job.
All right, we switch out of our May Senior of the Month. And while I'm doing this, our May Senior of the Month is Kayla Buffalo. So we're gonna see her video. Stand over here.
Our May Senior of the Month is Kayla Buffalo. Kayla Buffalo is certainly a student that is not afraid of taking on challenges. During her time here at Colonial Heights High School, she has loved the dual enrollment classes. These higher level classes really have inspired her. She enjoys the online courses so she can work at her own pace. And one of her favorite advanced classes is the AP Government class taught by Miss Major. Outside of academics, Kayla has been truly dedicated to a number of athletic endeavors. She's been on the soccer team for 3 years. She's done swim. She's done field hockey all 4 years. Field hockey is her very favorite. She loves playing the center forward position, and she's been the captain for 2 years in swim and in field hockey. That takes a tremendous amount of time to those athletics, but she's found time to take leadership roles in clubs and be involved in so many clubs and activities. She's an active member of the National Honor Society, the National English Honor Society, the Science Honor Society, where she's on the board. She's also a vice president of one of her honor societies. She's co-president of Nu Alpha Theta Interact Club, where she's the president, 2 years as president, secretary for 1 year. She's also the treasurer of the Joy Club. Through these clubs and activities, she's really enjoyed volunteering and helping others and having that wonderful experience to give back to the community. One activity in Interact that has been a big hit for her is the Ending Polio Now campaign. As she graduates, she's looking to attend either the University of Virginia or James Madison University and enrolling in the Honors College. She hopes to major in business or medicine. Please join me in celebrating Kayla Buffalo as our May Senior of the Month.
Congratulations, Kayla. We're so proud of you. Great student. Get you to stand right here next to your picture. Look at Mr. James. Here, wait a minute. You're so far away. I know, right? How about that? Does that work? Okay. Aw. All right, Kayla's family, come on up. Look, Mom's halfway down. We know Kayla's family's proud of her too, right? Just a little bit.
Hold on. Granny calling. Come on, Granny's calling.
Okay.
Somebody go do
Yep.
it. Go ahead.
I was gonna take a picture.
Come on,
Oh,
get
we'll
in.
get him.
The rest of them.
Is that everybody?
You wanna go? I've been calling.
Next, we're gonna have Miss Sonia Lee, she's our secondary reading specialist, and Dr. Newman to introduce our spelling bee winners, and Mr. Neese and I will shake their hands when they come up.
We had another competitive year of spelling bees, and so we wanted to recognize our winners and their achievements this evening. First up, our Tussing Tiger winner, Catherine Stowe.
Come on over here, we'll let you stand right over here, okay? Just stand right here, congrats.
Our North Elementary winner, Luna Fan.
Get her stuff over here. Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Excuse me, because my daughter she have a dance rehearsal today.
Oh, no
And ready for the recital. That's
Yeah.
why, you know.
Oh, yeah, please take this on our behalf. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Next, a former Lakeview Spelling Bee winner and this year's Colonial Heights Middle School winner and our division runner-up, Hunter Long. And last but not least, our two-time Lakeview Spelling Bee champion and our division champion, Leah Kleeman.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all, let me get out of the way and y'all can get a picture. Oh, y'all gotta stand close to each other like you like each other. There you go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, great job. Okay, next I'd like to invite Dr. Llewellyn, principal of North, to come up, and Mr. Zant Wood to come up if he would. So Zant is, I don't want to take Candy's thunder, but just Zant has been working on this Eagle Scout project. We appreciate you coming. And Dr. Llewellyn's going to talk a little bit about his project.
Zant and I got to talking in the fall, and he was looking for a project to do his to work on his Eagle Scout. So he built some benches and picnic tables for our courtyard area, which has allowed us to put that space to use as an outdoor learning space. And I was telling him that since they've been built, we've had classes out there 2 or 3 times a week. They're signing up, they're going out, they're having lunch, they're learning things and doing lessons out there. So it's made that space a lot more usable for us. And we are very, very grateful that he came out and did all that hard work for us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Item 8 is public comment.
Members of the public may address the board. Any member of the public addressing the board shall approach the lectern, give his name and address in an audible tone of voice for the record, and address the board as a body rather than speak to any member. Unless further time is granted by the board, any member of the public shall address the board for a maximum of 5 minutes, regardless of the number of issues he desires to discuss.
Great, moving on to item 9, the consent agenda, and this consists of items. Item A, which is the school board minutes from the special meeting of March 18th, the regular meeting minutes of March 25th, the special meeting minutes of March 25th, and then the special meeting minutes of April 8th. It has item B, the VSBA policy updates for February 2025, the second review. And then item C is the fee donation of $250 by Planet Activities Club number 1783. Feed meat donation of $100 public gift card. Feed meat donation $25 Sam's Club gift card. And then feed meat donation $200 by the Sons of the American Legion Squadron 284. Do you have a motion for the adoption of the consent agenda?
So
Second?
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes. Alright, moving on to item 10, new business. The first item we have is item A, the employee bonus.
Yes, as we discussed in our budget work sessions, the General Assembly has indicated that they're gonna provide funding for a $1,000 bonus for teachers, and we are planning to extend that to all of our staff. And so our assumption is that the governor's budget is gonna be approved on May 2nd, and it doesn't look like this is gonna be changed in that budget. It's the way it looks. And so any staff who are employed under contract on May 30th would be eligible for a bonus of $1,000 on June the 5th. So we'll receive those funds, I think, on and around June 2nd, and then be ready to pay those out to staff. And so the breakdown of the cost of the bonus is included, and Melissa would be happy to answer your questions. And I'll go.
Now, the thing before we talk about that was a prorate for Some of that, I mean,
So if a staff member, was employed, for example, halfway through the year in January, then they would be eligible for $500. If they didn't come until March, they'd be eligible for $250. And then backing up, if they came after the first quarter, which is October, then they'd be eligible for $750.
any other questions? Do you have a motion for approval?
So moved.
A
Second?
second. Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Nix?
Yes. Alright. Item B, the policy revision JFG for search and seizure.
Yeah, so we've had lots of discussion with the board over the last year about safety and security, and especially safety and security at special events and athletic events. And so many of our surrounding divisions, or many of the divisions that surround us, have a practice of wanding at football and basketball games. And Stacy has helped us with some language in this policy that would provide guidelines for doing that. So we'd like the board to consider the revision of this policy and plan to start the training over the summer and be prepared to begin wanding in the fall of 2025 at football games.
Any questions? Definitely appreciate the increase in school safety.
So Troy, thank you, Troy, for helping us out with that. Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve the update to, for the policy revision JFG search and seizure? Second?
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Nix?
Yes. Alright, item C, the Clarence High School cafeteria dining kitchen renovation feasibility.
I'd like to ask Troy, I can't see him over there, but I'm assuming he's still there. If you don't mind. Share
Ready
about
back
this.
here. I'd love to. The high school was built in 1964, and there's been a lot of amazing projects over there, renovations and new additions. One of the school board's priorities in the 5-year capital plan would be to renovate and modernize the high school cafeteria, dining area, and kitchen. So we would like to engage in an architectural engineering firm to give us some design options and a timeline of construction and cost so that we know exactly what we're up against if we want to move forward with this project. We estimate the cost of that service to do the feasibility study and provide the board with a range of options, different ideas to renovate it and different costs. Would be about $53,000. We do have $1,350,000 now in the CIP reserve fund, and you have budgeted to add another $1.3 million in this budget, and you have budgeted $1.2 million to go into that reserve in next year's budget. So we're working towards being able to do something nice over there. So we'd like to engage this firm and get an accurate cost and ideas for the board to look at.
I appreciate the opportunities we've had to see some facilities and understanding the need for this. Any questions about this?
So I don't know how many lunches I eat in that cafeteria. But two things. One, I really appreciate the tour that we had. I thought that was very instructive and kind of helped see what we should do. And just as you said, thank you for all the research. And I think it's a very worthy project.
Any other questions or comments? Do you have a motion to approve the Clarence High School cafeteria dining kitchen renovation feasibility?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Nix?
Yes. Item D, the K through 12 social studies textbook adoption.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask, Joe, Douglas, Dr. Douglas, do you mind just sharing with us just briefly the process here and what was recommended?
Yeah, the new standards will go into effect next year, and I've worked with lead teachers, members of the community to conduct a review of the textbooks. There was not an approved list from the state this year, but we did look at the textbooks that were most aligned with Virginia standards, and this is what the committee chose. These books before. Do you have any questions?
Questions? Do you have a motion to approve the K through 12 social studies textbook adoption? A second?
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba? Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes. And item E, the special education annual plan.
Yes, this is an annual document. Sorry. It outlines how our special education federal funds would be allocated. So I'm gonna ask Christy to just give y'all a brief overview, and she can answer any questions that you might have.
So for the Part B, there was a slight increase from 736,353 to 3,759. And that covers personnel salaries and benefits and some purchase services. And then for 619, that remained the same at 16,468. And that's used for purchase service, specifically Wesley, or example, Wesley Preschool Inclusive Program. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions on the special education annual plan? Do you have a motion for approval? Second?
Second.
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes. Moving on to item 11, the financial report summary for March 2025.
Thank you. On behalf of the Finance Department, we included your board reports for revenue and expenditures for the month of March. It's hard to believe that we're finishing out another school year and another fiscal year. So also included in there is the documents for the school activity fund audits. We have asked Brown Edwards to complete that for us this year, to run the audit by the same accounting firm. And so I'm happy to answer any questions about any of those documents.
Any questions? Do I have a motion for approval of financial report summary for March 2025?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Dr. Cox?
Yes.
Ms. Kachuba?
Yes.
Ms. Walworth?
Yes.
Ms. Woody?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, no items under item 12, unfinished business, so we'll move on to item 13, reports, starting with the Office of Superintendent.
I just had a few things that I'd like to mention. This is the season of recognition at the end of the year. So we do have some important recognitions coming up. Starting with today was Transportation Appreciation Day. And so Stephanie and Charity arranged for some really cool little school bus cookies and notes for our transportation folks. And we really do appreciate them being the first and last face that our kids see every day and really doing that in a positive way. We have Teacher Appreciation Week, May 5th through 9th. We have Food Service Appreciation Day, May 2nd. And then we have lots of end of the year awards and assemblies. We do have our last Colonial Pride Day of the year next Friday. And so we're looking forward to showing our Colonial Pride and celebrating what's really been a great year. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we did have kindergarten registration last week at each of the elementary sites, and really want to share my appreciation of the work of Christy and her staff and Travis and all the many hands that went into making sure there were plenty of people, technology folks were on staff to help people with online registration. I think it was just very positive, great feel. All of them.
That's all I have. Thank you. So business services.
Just got two quick things. The superintendent forwarded me an article that was in the Progress Index earlier today, and when you first read the headline of the article, it's a little ominous, makes you worry a little bit. It says nearly 3,000 Colonial Heights kids could lose out on free school meals. What they're basically talking about is in the National School Breakfast and Lunch Program. Every one of our schools has a certain percentage of kids that qualify for free and reduced meals. If the division combined has a certain percentage of kids entitled to free and reduced meals, then every student in the school district would eat for free. So what this is talking about, and this is kind of what's coming out of Washington, so we don't really know what the end piece is going to be here, is that the way it affects us is we're about 53% of our kids are directly certified for free meals, and that's a large enough percentage that everybody can eat for free. There's some talk up there of changing this to 60%. So if they do that, we wouldn't qualify under this particular program to feed everybody for free. We would, I think, go back to the old method, which is, and this is why the article title is a little misleading, the 53% of the kids that are still directly certified because they either receive Medicaid, TANF, or some other government assistance, they would still be eligible for free meals. The piece that would kick in is what we used to have is parents would fill out an application based on income. And if they qualify, their kids would be either free or reduced. That would probably bring us up to 65% of the kids would still qualify in the district. So you'd have that remaining percentage that likely would have to go back to paying for breakfast and lunch. So we'll wait and see what they do in this Reconciliation Act and see if this proposal goes through and there's any reduction of funding and we have to do anything different. But it's like, worst case scenarios, we kind of fall back to the old method of doing it, and we still have large percentage of our kids that will still be able to eat for free or reduced price meals. But I'll report back to you if we know exactly what's going to happen. The other quick thing is that, and we'll email this out to the board, is we do have a kind of a decision support tool now to select health insurance plan for the employees. So it's a real nice detailed tool that you can use, and you can spend as much time and put as much effort into it as you want to help you select a particular health insurance plan based on your personal healthcare needs and what you're spending in healthcare. So we have that tool now that the board was interested in, and we'll share that out. That'll be available to our employees during open enrollment to make their selections.
Going back to the free and reduced lunch, so I definitely understand students that absolutely need it would still be eligible. The one thing that I've always seen as a good thing of the program of extending into all is it removes the process component of it. Because it's always a concern of whether those that are eligible can actually go through the process, whether knowing how, or sometimes they don't want to go through that process because of different things. So it kind of removes that. So if this does happen, I definitely want us to think about how do we invest in supporting families to get through that process to make sure that every child that does need this.
Very good. That's all I have on my reports. Thank you.
All right, moving on to Office of Instructional Services.
All right, we have a couple announcements. We're about to start testing season. So we have about 5 more school days, and SOL testing will be upon us at all of our schools. And we're excited. Teachers are working hard to get our students prepared for that. We also just like to say thank you to everybody that helped with Title I night. We had a very successful Title I night a few weeks ago. And Ms. Ratliff mentioned K registration night. Families felt really welcome to be able to go into the schools and meet their teachers. And we had an abundance of help. And I'd like to thank Ms. Barefoot, Ms. George for all their help of helping organize that and put that together. We also like to congratulate
Mr. Strickler, Dr. Strickler now, successfully defended his dissertation. And next we'll have Mr. Thomas and Mr. Nelson come forward and have a CTE workforce readiness presentation for us.
So we asked them to present tonight because this is Workforce Development Month. And so we just thought we would have them come and share some of their successes with us.
Well, thank you so much for allowing us to present on the Workplace Readiness Month and a lot of the great things going on with CT here in Cornelius High School. So I'm going to turn it over to our CT director, John Thomas, and his colleagues he brought with him, Mr. Bartholomew, that will give you that not bird's eye, but that ground level view of what's happening with students getting ready to not only get skills, not only to enter the workforce, but to grow. So, Coach Thomas.
Thank y'all very much for allowing us to come today. We're excited about the opportunity to share with you what we do here in this building, which is giving young people the opportunity to experience life in its fullest measure. Thanks to the board today, and thanks for all the people that work to make CTE successful right here in this school, in this city. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Today I have with me two of my favorite colleagues. They're going to come and share just one piece of what we do with work-based learning that's made their piece so successful. And it's 12 pieces of work-based learning, but they're going to share with you one piece of it that they really worked really hard to develop. And the pieces that they have done has really allowed their program to explode and become really successful. We're going to let them share that, and then we'll close up with a CTE spotlight that we do weekly to highlight young people that have graduated and actually out there working in the industry doing what they trained to do. I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. Perrin.
Thank you. I want to say thank you for Mr. Thomas for allowing me to speak on behalf of CTE. I teach the automotive program, automotive technology, and it is a certified program. I'd like to speak on behalf of how our business partners come in and help us out and keeping us up to date as to what's happening. Our goal is to make our students as prepared as possible to step into the world, out there in the real world. And our business partners are the dealerships and independent shops that support us. They bring us in all the new technology changes that they are experiencing in the real world so that we can take them and share it with our students to bring them up to speed so that we can make it a successful turnover. We are a team, we work together. We have business meeting, advisory council meeting is held twice a year where we get all our business partners come in, all our dealers come in, and we come in and talk about everything that's going on from old school technology to the changes to the new school technology, what we need to remove from our program that's no longer exists to what we need to add to our program. And in that aspect, they support me a lot in helping us stay up to date and keeping things going forward. We also have a state inspection program where we can inspect vehicles, and that's done through the Virginia State Police Department. And on the third year, students are allowed to take that particular test. And when they graduate, it's another tool that they can use to carry them to the next level. And the state inspection license allowed them to inspect anything that travels along our Virginia highways. We teach our students to get a A license, not a C or B license. We only strive for the best for our students. Our program is a nationally certified program through ASE, Automotive Service Excellence, and they have their strenuous rules that we have to follow, and we are proud to keep up with that. And our program is up to date and running smoothly. Our students are employed on a regular basis. I get phone calls every day, or not every day, at least 3 or 4 per week. That's looking for my students before they even graduate. So they got jobs waiting for them before they even finish school with the credentials that they leave out the door with from here. Again, this is our automotive program. It's a small piece of what we do here, and we only want the best for them when they step out of this door. That's our mission. Thank you.
Mr. Bartholomew?
Thank you. So I'm the building trades teacher here at the Tech Center. And one of the things that we do unique, so building trades is we teach electrical, plumbing, carpentry, and masonry. We also hit on pretty much everything with construction as a whole. We actually, right out back, if you look out the windows, we got a tiny house that we're currently building. And that's all the students, they do everything 100% themselves. I literally just supervise, tell them what they need to fix, and then they fix it. Sometimes begrudgingly, but they still get it done. And we have a lot of fun. But one of the things that like makes our program unique is actually we have an apprenticeship program, and we have youth registered apprenticeship, but we also have adult apprenticeship. So I actually currently have students who went through the program who are currently in apprenticeship, and they actually get to get their schooling in here because they were former students. So they come out the gates. Like I've got a student that graduated last year, and he's already got 2.5 years in apprenticeship. He's already making really good money. In fact, a lot of our students had the same stories. Not all of them come back to do their adult apprenticeship, but it's a program we offer. And to my knowledge, we're probably the only ones in the area that are offering such a robust service to our students. So we really make sure that they're ready. But you know, they make it easy because at CTE we get to kind of look like rock stars, because when they come to our classes, like all the troubled students that like everybody's like, oh man, you don't want to teach that kid. Well, we get to see them and they're like, you know, yeah, let's get it done. And it's like, it's really cool to see them kind of excel. See them actually even, you know, get awards where normally they wouldn't have that opportunity. So I just feel blessed and honored just to be a part of it. So that's all I got.
Thank you. And that's just a glimpse of what we do. I mean, every one of our programs here are equally as successful. I was given a time frame, I could only bring 2. So, and they had to shorten down what they do, but that's just one piece of what they do. And we're just really, really thankful because our community has the opportunity that a lot of communities just don't have. We have a tech center right here in our city. A lot of people have to be go out to regional places, or they have to apply to get into the program. All of our kids here at Columbus High School have the opportunity to experience this, and this is because of you all and what y'all do for us. We're really thankful for that. What I'd like to do now is each week we select a kid who has graduated, who has now went through the program, and now is actually out there working in the area that they receive their certification. We promote them on social media, we promote them right here in the school, and we like to make sure we bring them back just to let them know that we appreciate them. So I'm going to show you a slide here real quick so you can just see with it. Our first person, Hunter Spence, former child care student, went through the program. Now he's back teaching here at Columbus High School. Next person. Emily Bartholomew, Michael's daughter, went through the child care program, and she too now is teaching at Tussing Elementary. David Grimes went through the building trade program. He actually went through the apprenticeship program, and he's now employed with Tyler Construction. Alessina Davis Gather, she went through the culinary program. She is the manager at Milk and Honey right over there in the plaza over here. Okay, she's doing really well. Great, Brian Beltran, he's also a building trades graduate. He's employed with Tyler Construction. He's an electrician now. He's actually went through the apprenticeship program and making big money. Okay, big money. Wow. Call him up. He might not give you a deal, but he'll take care of it. Anna Durham, she went through our marketing program, and she's actually now out there. She's still in school, but she's actually working in the area that she's actually being trained to get her degree in. She's graduated in 2024. Jeff Lehart, he's an auto tech graduate, and he's working right over here at Ford, right here now at Crossroads. These are kids that actually came through the program, and when they left here making money. And I'm talking about good money. I mean, this is what we do here, and we're really excited for the opportunity to share with you today. Sorry I went over 5 minutes, but thank you very much. We really appreciate you. We thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
You know, this is definitely a very critical component of our high school curriculum. Appreciate all the work that you all put into it, and great seeing the results come to life. So thank you for that. Also, support services.
So our 10th annual feet meet was a huge success. I want to thank Ms. Barefoot and all of those who have played a part in it. Always a wonderful event. See so many smiling faces, highlight of the year. We have our first annual Cup of Comfort picnic Saturday. What time? Sorry.
So from 11 to 1.
11 to 1 at Tussing. So that's the parent support group that we formed, is having a picnic Saturday. And then Project Search graduation is May 28th, 2025 at Fort Greg Adams.
Just have to say, a little feet meet was a fantastic event. Loved seeing it. Loved seeing all the excitement of the kids and the parents and the staff. So thank you again for all the work that went into that. School reports.
Well, good evening. As usual, we are really busy in Owl Country. We have SOL booths going on, and our girls on the run team are busy. They're busy getting ready for our 5K on May 3rd at Roslyn Landing Park at 9 a.m. So if you're not doing anything, please come on by and cheer our girls on. My plan is to run with them, so you might get to see me run.
Well, at the North Galaxy, we are gearing up for our 65th anniversary of North Elementary School. So on May 17th, we will be celebrating our birthday by all kinds of fun things going on from 12 to 4. So come on out. We'll be sending out some official invitation things, but we're doing a car show and just a bounce house. We got all kinds of fun things planned. So we hope that you guys will all join us.
Down at the Nation, everything is going well. We have SOL booths. We'll finish up our booths on tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to celebrate our SOL pep rally, our annual SOL pep rally, which is designed to eliminate any stress or anxiety our Tigers may have, just to let them know as long as they do their best, we're always proud of them, regardless of the result. We have faith in our staff of making sure that they're ready for the test. You know, sadly, that's how some of us are measured, but we understand what's more important is the knowledge that our Tigers acquire every day. That's much more important than the result of that test.
At the middle school, I don't have a name yet. I'm working on it. It is spring at the middle school, so we are rocking and rolling. I do want to say thank you to the high school. Miss Crowder and I spoke a while back and kind of talked about, every year our 8th graders go up to the high school, and they did that in a shortened trip. And then the counselors came down last week and spent 2 days meeting with our 8th graders in small groups and helping them do their scheduling, which we think worked really well. We got a lot of positive feedback from the teachers. I hope it was better for you guys, but I always appreciate the partnership. Also, speaking of partnership, I really appreciate our health department because they partnered with us today and they came to our school and did our first vaccination clinic at our school during the school day. We've been putting stuff out. Parents signed up. We got 37 kids, I think, already ready for 7th grade. And it's just making those things available to our families and communities. Those opportunities are really important. And it's SOL season. So we are getting ready to get started. All of our teachers and students are working really hard, and we're just gearing up for that really fast race to the end of the year.
You didn't take my recommendation. That is middle school. I said awkward nation.
No. Well, listen.
That was a good one. But first of all, from the high school, thank you so much for your support of improving the high school cafeteria. And I also thank you so much for supporting the safety measures for some of our sporting events. I think that's going to go a long way, both of those measures. So a couple other sort of CT related things. We came back from spring break. We hit the ground running. We, Coach Thomas and team, they put on this amazing career fair. And we had all of our juniors and seniors got to go to that. And that was just really cool. And while that was happening, in the morning, the other days of that week, Miss Johnson and her counseling team were working hard to have all of our juniors and seniors take the ASVAB, the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery Test. I got it right in the first try. They all took that, and so huge numbers of our kids taking that. That gives them a great report on all their skills and aptitudes, and if they want to go into the military, that's great. But it also gives them this idea of some where to go next in terms of other career fields they might be good at. So that was really great. It was a big week. And going back to that career fair, some of our seniors getting, they were, getting applications on the spot. So our juniors, while they're sort of still kind of a looking at things, they were inspired, and they were all different types of employers that were there in our gym. It was just a really cool event to see all of that, and so it's great when we can take all those things that we teach our students from all of the things they've learned in terms of subject matter, but then those soft skills, and of course, most importantly, the ability to think, and then applying that to a field, a profession, and seeing, what's beyond high school, what's beyond, and just some kind of basic job, but something that's meaningful work to give back, and also perhaps to reward them financially. So, and there's a ton of other stuff going on at the high school because we're entering into the ceremonial season of all kinds of awards and excitement. And of course, I think the next board meeting is 2 days before graduation. And so I'll let Cadence tell you about some more exciting things. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, to start off with, as previously mentioned, the Special Olympics Speak Meet was last Wednesday, April 16th, which many high school students volunteered at, helping with various activities to make sure that the day was fun and memorable for all of the athletes as well as the volunteers. It was great to see so many Colonials participating in this event, making it an amazing experience all around. We've also had quite a few field trips recently, such as our art students' visit to Maymont last week and the early childhood education classes trip to the Richmond Zoo yesterday. Very soon this weekend, the class of 2025 prom will be hosted on Saturday with after prom to follow, which we are super excited for. Also upcoming, the Colonial Players will perform their new musical, Ride the Cyclone, next week on May 2nd and 3rd. Since our last meeting, seniors have received their cap and gowns and continue to prepare and move toward graduation. And we actually only have 19 school days left, so that's super exciting. So we have many things to look forward to at the high school as everyone finishes up the year. So, thank you.
Thank you. Any board member comments?
I have a few. I had the privilege of working in transportation with buses part-time for a couple of years after I retired in 2021. And I just want to say how happy I am to recognize bus drivers. I don't know if you all are aware that our capacity for our largest bus is 77 students. Can you imagine the nerves of steel that you need to drive 77 students when your back is to them? So I applaud the bus drivers. They are great people, and they're up at the crack of dawn before dark and freezing cold weather, and they're why how our students get to school. So I wanted to say that. Just if you see them, pat them on the back. They're just a great group of people, and I was just honored to work with them, and it opened my eyes to a lot. I'll just say that. Also, business services. In the fall, I asked business services about an app for the payroll, online payroll. And a lot of people said, well, I want to use my phone. I don't have a computer. So I mentioned to business services about, is there an app for that payroll piece? And we got it. So all I have to do is ask and they provide. And also, the insurance tool. I think that that's going to be key for people to be able to see what their needs are and to choose what the best plan is. And so I applaud again business services. I appreciate you all. I don't think you're always up front and center, you give your report, but you behind the scenes you do a lot more, and we appreciate that. Oh, and the cafeteria. We toured the cafeteria. And it hasn't changed in 50 years. I'm really glad that we're going to look at it.
Any other comments?
Yeah, so I had one point. So I always like to think every day is a great day to be a Colonial. And as I go other places and come back, I'm just so appreciative of the things that we do here. And when I got a chance to hear the superintendent's report, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Our awards assemblies are always extraordinary, but the three that I always think about at this time of year, besides graduation, of course, is the Senior of the Month recognition night. That is such a special night. It really is. When you hear students talk about teachers, staff, coaches that have profoundly affected them. the parade of graduates is really one of the most emotional things that you'll ever go to. You never really expect that until you see them walk through maybe where they went to elementary school or middle school. That's great. And then the Colonial Pride Tour. My favorite part of that always is it used to be unsuspecting principals, but they're all veterans now. You know, when you had your first or second year principal, like, oh, by the way, you get to lead the Colonial Victory Song. It's one of the greatest things, and they all did a great job. But you really look forward to that when you get to hear, if it's still fifth graders and eighth graders, sing the victory song and get their t-shirt. It's just an amazing thing. So it's just great to be a Colonial, and it's great that we still do those kinds of things. So thank you very much for that.
Any other comments? Okay. Motion for adjournment?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you
That's it.